I was a runner for a long time, and that's really all that I did. And I kind of got burnt out from doing that. I was looking for something that was more of a group setting. And so I came in with a few friends on a Saturday and was totally overwhelmed at first, but the coaches were super helpful. And I was just hooked after the first time. It was hard, but it was a good challenge. And so it kept me coming back, and the rest is history. For me, the hardest thing getting started was as a kid, I did gymnastics. So those movements were more familiar to me, but I had never touched a barbell before I came. So that was really overwhelming, just learning all the movements and everything. But the coaches were so great at explaining everything, every single class. They would go through every movement, whether you had been here for a week or for years. So that was really helpful because I knew I was in good hands and I didn't have to worry about remembering what all the movements were. I knew it was going to be safe. So even though it was overwhelming, it was still fun because it was something new and different. My favorite aspect is definitely the community. That's what keeps me coming back. I feel challenged because we're not competing against each other, we're competing against ourselves and cheering each other on. So we always have someone rooting for you, and there's always someone else to root for. And then I guess also to go along with that, we have members of so many different ages, and we have people here that are of retirement age, and they're in here kicking butt like everyone else. And so when I see them coming in and day out, that motivates me because I feel like, what excuse do I have? They're coming in here. I hope to be half as fit as them when I'm that age. When I was growing up, I actually didn't have a traditional sports background like a lot of people do. I never really played team sports. I was involved in a lot of alternative sports. One of those was a competitive water ski team, which I did for about 10 years growing up, and really loved that and missed that because it has a lot of the same aspects as we do. So there's that community. People will ski on their own, but then you compete as a team. So I did that for a long time. That was like a high school sport for me, which is pretty non-traditional. In the beginning, typically you hit a lot of PRs pretty regularly. So you're always reaching a new weight or learning a new skill. And when you've been here for a while, you don't see those as often, but you get to see that for other people. And that, I think, was a light bulb for me because in the beginning I was like, oh yeah, I got to keep track of all my own PRs, keep trying to improve. But now I almost get more excited for other people's PRs because you get to relive that. You remember what it was like for you when you first got started. And when someone learns a new skill, it just really fires you up and reminds you of why we're all doing this. There's so many things about the community that I didn't expect. So, of course, there's the fitness aspect. You get healthier, you know, better habits and things like that. But you also get to meet a lot of really interesting people. So, people that you normally would never interact with in your normal day to day life. And so I literally have the job that I work now because of the community, have a lot of lifelong friends because of the community as well. So those are things that I didn't expect, but really kind of changed my life in a positive way.